Hey again, everybody. It's Ron at Becoming Enlightened Together. So I'm doing a Monday read. I'm trying to make up, of course, for the readings that I missed last week because I was in the emergency room all week. For a few more days, I just decided to take today, to myself. So that's why I'm trying to make up. But the overall energy for the week is that of Ewas in reverse, the letter E in their alphabet. It looks like an M upside down or a W, I guess. But what it means is long journeys, things of that nature. So, crave changes in someone's life, perhaps sudden changes that they weren't hoping for, didn't see coming. So, bad timing is another part of it. Restlessness, feeling bottled in or cornered, maybe. Um, Basically talks about mistrust and betrayal as well, and disharmony in somebody's life. So again, this could pertain, of course, to the collective as well as any karmics in our life. But this particular reading does look like it's talking about our positive aspects. Again, the duality that we're seeing between those who've chosen to work on this life and those who have chosen not to, and the disparity between the two as far as rewards and punishments. Now, the past energy that we pulled Sunday for today is that of Degas in the upright. Okay. Now, Degas in the upright talks about daylight clarity versus nighttime obscurity, the point where two opposites come together in the middle. So it talks about lights and breakthrough moments, growth and consciousness, awakening and awareness. Talks about time to embark on a venture of some type or enterprise. The power to change one's life through their own will. Talks about transformations, hope and happiness. And that's basically it. That's what we're looking at here in terms of the past energy for today. So overall, the energy for the week is a little bit hokey. Okay, it's not very good. It's denoting to us more than anything, of course, of the longevity of this particular journey, how long we've had to go through all of this, to finally get to our point where, even though it's been agonizingly slow, we're getting to the close of all this. Okay. Now, present energy is that of Wunyo. And Wunyo is the wishing rune. If I can get it in my hand. Okay, it looks like the letter P. Okay. And Wunyo, as I stated, it's like the wishing rune. It talks about things dealing with the air or wind. So it talks about intellect and justice and clarity and things of that nature. Okay, those are wind-related subjects. But it also talks about harmony, joy, blessings, ecstasy. It talks about affection and desire, pleasure. It talks about fellowship and prosperity, spiritual rewards, success. It talks about the recognition of one's true worth. And unfortunately, that by itself is the single most detrimental thing to those who have been working against us. To see you flourishing when they wanted for you, for their own self-aggrandizement, to to be second best. That means even being in pain and agony and destitute and every imaginable ill they wanted you to experience so that you could not move forward. Okay, so a lot of these things are happening to them that they wanted for you. Now they feel that you're doing something probably, deliberately against them, that you're doing some type of magic against them. And in fact, all it is just the recompense of their own actions. What they've chosen to put out there to the universe for you, they now are experiencing for themselves. And that's just the truth of it. Okay? So that's basically what we're looking at there in the present energy. Now, the obstacles and challenges that we have is that of Nalthus, and Nalthus is the need or the needs rune, okay? We all know that there are certain things, of course, that we all have need of in order to be not just comfortable, but capable of sustaining ourselves and those we love, and so on. So needs, necessities, patience. Talks about obstacles and delays, resistance, which leads to strength. Talks about innovation, distress, confusion, but the power of the will to overcome conflict too. And it talks about self-reliance, survival, determination, recognition of one's own fate, major self-initiated changes, and somebody who's willing to face their fears instead of running away and pretending they don't exist. Okay, so again, we're looking at the collective here. These are things that, are intimating, obviously, people who have worked through many of the life lessons. Okay, this also could be talking about potentially somebody who has been in karmic energy for a long time who's now starting to do the work. It's non-specific, but it's somebody who's done the work and doing the work is reflected in this reading. Now, the help and advice we have is Lay Goose. Now, Lay Goose often talks about water, and water, in terms of the elements, refers to emotions, okay? So that's really what it's getting at here, too. So it could, yes, talk about rivers, lakes, streams, the flow of water, stoppage of water, leaks, and so on and so forth. It's also talking about psychic abilities, the psychic feminine in particular, because that's the side of the polarity that is often associated with those types of abilities and endeavors. So dreams, fantasies, intuition. It also talks about life energy, the life force here, fertility, organic growth. But we're looking at it from imagination, unknown, the underworld in general, fantasies and mysteries. Also, um, being able to understand one's own destiny and fate, accepting it, success in travel and acquisition at this time, and boosting of one's own intuition. Okay, that's what the help and advice is, giving to us, and we can use Algus, with that energy of Algus, in terms of calling forth our abilities, intuitively speaking, and we can use that with other runes and combinations, such as birthright. Okay, or even Othala, in terms of our ancestors. Now, the future outcome is a little bleaker. It talks about, well, first off, it's Algus in the reverse. Now, ordinarily, it's about the protection, defense, and things of that nature. But in the reverse, it's talking about how somebody is being used by others. This, again, is the people that have had you in their sights for the longest time. They themselves are a slave to, what other people think about them. So they will say, think, and do and act in any way that they feel will get them the most positive outcome, regardless of who they truly are, what they truly believe. So they're very vulnerable at this time. They're being consumed by divine forces. Some of them are, in fact, if not absolutely, possessed, they are certainly obsessed. So they, in some cases, have lost their divine link. That's part of this energy. So it talks about those particular in taboos. They've been warned many times by their ancestors. Somebody who's turned away from the faith, turned away from truth in general, and basically that which repels. They're a very repelling energy at this time. You would get the icks and things of that nature in their energetic sphere of influence. You would, the shiver down your spine, hair standing up on your neck. That's what it would feel. It would just be feeling dark. And you just would feel dark. You feel in need of a bath, a shower, whatever the case may be. Feel tainted. That's the way the energy looks. That's the way it feels. So somebody's trying to rain on your parade is really what this is getting to. And again, it could be that, hurt people want to hurt other people. Maybe they just need you and your light in order for them to find their way out of this mess. And I'm not saying you have to put yourself in that position. You have to trust your instincts. your intuition. And I know that sucks as far as an answer and guidance. You know, we all wish that we had more clear-cut answers to how to respond to certain, energies and things of that nature. We don't like to hurt people, but we don't want to be allowing other people to take their pain out on us either. They have to learn how to deal with their situations. And if we can help in that regard, then that's wonderful. But it's not our obligation. We have our own destiny and things to do in this life. So, and that's where I'm going to leave it for today, you guys. I wish I was more optimistic. It's been a rough week, and still got days to come. It's still rough. So, I wish the very best for all of you, of course. And I know that somebody out there probably would want to share the same sentiment with me. Thank you, whoever you may be. I could use all the positive energy I can get. So, with that being said, stay victorious, take care, God bless, and I'll see you again hopefully tomorrow, okay? Bye.